Medofupa, they say when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. This time, life gave me overripe plantains. I went to my grocer and he offered me a whole box of overripe plantains, and it was such a good offer. I could not resist. You can imagine all the possibilities that were going through my head, and I was just dancing. I was thinking of my kelewele, my ofam muffins, which I had with some bean stew. Oh boy, I just didn't know what to do. But you know what? The thing that got me accepting the offer was my new kitchen gadget, my air fryer. I couldn't wait to try making some plantain dishes in my air fryer. So today I'm bringing you air fried tatale. Yes, no frying involved here. Proper healthy tatale. But pre-warning, you see my little man, he just wanted to take over the show. But this was Mommy's show. Mommy's show is to show you how to make my air fried tatale. So he had to move over. So let's get right into making this tatale. For this tatale, I use some spring onions, white onion and a red onion, half of that, some ginger, lots of it, some salt, some pepper, After Village Kitchen 7-spice blend to bring those umami flavors of widiaba, wintia and cloves into it, and some flour, plus some palm oil just to give it that earthy flavor, and of course my overripe plantains. So to start, I just peel this and put it in my food processor. Equally, you can use your apotoyua or asanka. So I have linked a recipe of how I make tatale in the description box for you. So this recipe was just on the go recipe with the ingredients I had to hand, and I did not have any measurements to this. It was just to the taste that I was feeling. I was craving some tatale, and I was just so excited to be able to make some air fried tatale. So I use my food processor to blend the ingredients and to add it in, and I use two different processors because I felt adding everything in the big processor will not be able to blend nicely. So I used the smaller one to help blend it, and then I added it into the big processor with the plantains. I whisked everything up and I added it to the plantains, and I added in After Village Kitchen's 7-spice blend. This blend has our widiaba, which is African calabash nutmeg, to give it that nice flavor, and the wintia and the pepper, which is cloves, and I added in some salt as well. So I blended everything together using my food processor, making sure it wasn't too smooth because I prefer that chunky texture that you get with the apotoyua. So I didn't really blend it to be utterly smooth, but it is your choice however you prefer it to be. So I put this in a bowl, and basically I was just checking the texture to make sure it's how I like it, and I added in the palm oil. So here I just eyeballed, but I got about half a cup of palm oil in there. I would say if you're looking for a very healthy option, this is really not necessary, but I felt I needed that in. So yes, some palm oil went in there, and then I added in the flour. So with the flour, because I was not using any measurements to this, I just went by textures, how I felt it should look like and it should feel to give me a good result. And anyway, I was going to test it with my air fryer, there we have. I was so excited to use this air fryer. I can't tell you how excited I was to make some healthy plantain dishes. I just thought, wow. Okay, so this is my first time of using the air fryer, so bear with me. I am so super excited. To start frying my tatale, I preheated the air fryer as per the instructions, and I just sprayed some oil in the pan to help the tatale not to stick to the air fryer. So I just put some scoops of the tatale butter into my pan, and I set it up on the cake function. So for this air fryer, it's got a cake function, so I'll use that cake function and set it for 10 minutes. And I thought, you know what, no splattering, no extra pots to wash. I was just dancing, hey. So yeah, I also thought of making some ofam with some of my mix, because this was a lot of plantains to fry as tatale. Okay, so I just used my loaf tins to make my ofam, but equally I could have used my air fryer to make the tatale, because you can actually bake cakes in this air fryer. But I wanted to quicken up the process, so I got my oven preheated, put some palm oil in my loaf tins to grease it, and then I baked some of this tatale mix to make my ofam. So checking on my tatale, it was almost done, but I was just being really careful to make sure I do not spoil it. And through this, I also realized I could have equally made kakru with it by just, pushing it together to form into a ball. But I was looking for that tatale look, so I just spread it out and put it back in, gave it some more minutes, and just look how beautiful they look. Not oily at all. They look so super healthy and equally delicious. I couldn't wait to tuck in. So yeah, I was having a taste before the food was ready. And it was just so good. So good. If you're a plantain lover and you are trying not to eat plantains because of the frying and all that oil, I would say give this a go. Look, it was so good, I was even confused. I couldn't even I wanted to show you how delicious it was, but it was spicy, it was tasty. I just got confused, okay? So yes, I got all the rest of the batch fried up in my air fryer, and the tatale was ready to eat it with some leftover bean stew I had. Hey, this was heaven. I enjoyed it, and I'm sure you will enjoy it as well. If you are a plantain lover and you've just not been eating plantains because of too much frying and too much oil, and you're trying to be healthy, do get yourself an air fryer if you haven't got one, and make some air fried tatale. I will also be bringing you lots of dishes with the air fryer, so be on the lookout. So I also checked on my ofam, which I had almost forgotten about after enjoying all that tatale, and it was done. The steak came out clean, and I served this ofam with some nuts, and it was equally delicious. So I would say please do try this recipe, this air fried tatale out. And my dear friend Midofupa, if you have liked this video, don't forget to click on that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and be here for the next video. See you soon.